Swift has been exploring blockchain technology and is getting ready to integrate HAR, XRP, and other cryptocurrencies into its platform, as my proof shows beyond a reasonable doubt. This is the movie's main point. We should get ready. Got it, Swift. The deadline to pay for ISO 2022 in bytes is in 6 months, according to an email I got on April 25th. About rephrase, Swift is alerting other financial institutions about the impending deadline. It is imperative that you engage with this emerging form of communication. Swift has clearly been practicing regularly, as is seen upon closer inspection. Even though nobody is saying anything about it, it's getting clearer as you watch the many workshops and movies. The next portion will illustrate one of the principles we hope to instill in our business associates. The frameworks of these partnership programs incorporate community collaboration with partners during assessment and innovation periods. As an example, you might not have noticed our prior efforts to engage with companies who provide DTB-based services, but we conveyed them quickly. I want to run an experiment, so pay attention. Strategic alliances with businesses providing DT-based, technology-based services. Piloting devices rely on DT as their foundational technology. Although we are only starting out in the trade finance and supply chain management fields, we are becoming more and more receptive to partnerships with businesses in all kinds of industries. In light of this, the expression money for trade strikes a chord with me. Anytime you've thought about XDC, which is what the word trade capital conjures up, you're doing a fantastic job. As it grows, the Swiss initiative, CBPR Plus, will open up new possibilities inside its network and make international payments more consistent. One of the blockchain-based payment options that will be offered is Ripple. As part of our effort to improve your systems and processes, you are going to see the movie down below. Because of how quickly things are changing, testing will be difficult until all major global platforms are updated. Core banking systems, screening systems, payment processing engines, and banking channels all need to work together seamlessly, handle complex payment messages with meticulous planning and sufficient testing time. To ensure that everyone gets a chance to know their systems and processes, a well-planned and organized testing approach is also required. So when the system is turned on, everyone will know how it works and, most importantly, what they are responsible for. Everybody is ready to activate and take these kinds of monetary transactions in case something goes wrong. As mentioned below, CBEL Plus is the key component that would allow XRP to integrate with the SWIFT network. This development happened around 6 months ago when SWIFT announced a 1-year delay for CBEL Plus. This stands for the nerve center of the payment system. In addition to supporting the aforementioned methods, an orchestrator that connects banking institutions' back-end systems to the SWIFT network adds new features, best practices, rules, and updates to improve usability and encourages the adoption of CBPR. I understand that you accept a number of different payment options. Are these correct? There's another paper that restates the subject matter. Thus, it is clear that the information can be found with enough effort. To help with quick international payments, SWIFT, CBPR, and Ripple have created a number of products that use blockchain technology. It is important to acknowledge their importance. Will the test be accurate? Given your belief that SWIFT has not been conducting XRP system evaluations, it is difficult to foretell what the company will do once everything is in place, or how long it would take for banks to accept cryptocurrencies. While some may anticipate instant bank engagement, the reality is that many institutions will probably face obstacles and fall behind. So it's important not to get too committed to specific dates. Think of banks as small as credit unions. Huge banks like JP Morgan and Bank of America have a lot of employees that aren't necessary for running the business. Data from SWIFT and other places is used by them. Given that new financial systems will necessitate new standards, I hope that the essential adjustments are being made, since this emphasizes the importance of ISO 2022 data interchange. Protocols for engaging with blockchain technology. Chainlink, developed lately by Swift, shows that corporate practices are being modernized through collaboration. Discussions for a partnership with Chainlink have been brought to light as of April 2025, showing that Swift is seriously considering this possibility. This subject is also covered in a reference from March 21, 2024 by Swift in regards to the idea of a distributed ledger that relies on messages. Keep in mind that Riplet is a new way to send messages. While I would want to follow Swift's progress, I know that this is far from guaranteed. We discussed the organizational adjustments needed to modify shared ledgers and enable self-disruption at a recent meeting with Standard Chartered. Tony suggested the concept of a Proposed in 2021, the Regulated Liability Network, RLN, would provide a distributed ledger that all regulated payment entities, such as commercial banks, e-money providers, stablecoins, and central banks, could access. Because of this, two separate papers address the topic of international payment facilitation using SWIFT, Ripple, and XRP in particular. It would be best if they didn't use Ripple's tech. Thus, I've included another Swift file showing Ripple in the middle and Earth port Ripple 2 underneath it. Did you say Ripple 2? Also, the Swift GPI coin looks like a Swift file. And whenever I see that format, I think of how cryptocurrencies could be a part of it. Why were they chosen specifically? The increased safety of XRP has made it the cryptocurrency of choice for financial institutions. For financial institutions concerned with risk mitigation and regulatory compliance, Ripple's emphasis on responsibility is crucial. Banks seek for Ripple's cross-border solutions, stablecoins, and maybe confidential services as a result. Make a reservation with our bank so that they can tell those people about the many risk reduction options we provide. The consequences may be devastating for a bank if it were to create its own blockchain or technology and then suffer a breach or negative event. How are they currently lowering the danger level? Salutations. I propose we watch this movie right this second. It should be noted that Western Union will not be going out of business anytime soon. Rather, they will be introducing new tools. Finally, if you've made it this far, I'd really appreciate it